Let's kick off with the very first lesson. So in this lesson we're going to learn how to use the Fiori tile or Fiori app post general journal entries. The business scenario here is we're going to enter a general ledger journal to record a prepaid expense for a marketing promotion as an example. For the master data we're going to use company code 1710, which is a US based company. For the document type we'll just use SA, a general ledger document type. And we're going to choose a P&L account for marketing expenses. We'll choose a marketing cost center, and for the balance sheet offset we'll use a prepaid expenses account, and there won't be any tax applicable to this transaction. So that's the master data and the scenario. So let's go ahead and see what Fiori looks like. Right, so this is the view of the Fiori Launchpad, and these are the different tiles that are in the Fiori Launchpad, and these tiles represent different transactions or apps for you to perform the various business functions. So from our perspective, this post general journal entries is the tile we're going to use for the Fiori app to enter general ledger journals. Essentially replaces the previous transactions from the easy access menu. So now that the tile has launched, you'll see post general journal entries, and this is the header information at the top that we need to fill out in a similar way than you would have in a traditional SAP transaction. So here we're going to enter the journal entry date. We're going to just use document type SA to keep it straightforward. Company code 1710, as we mentioned, a US company code. Enter currency, and here we'll enter some header text as a reference to the transaction. And this is all really standard header information that you would need in any journal, in any version of SAP. And now let's enter some reference information over here just to make it easy to identify the journal later. In this case we'll call it a prepaid expense. And the header is now essentially complete, and then we're going to move on or scroll down to the line item section, where this is where things have changed more. So for the line items we want to enter a GL account here. Now what you'll notice is I'm going to just start typing the name, MAR for marketing, and the system is dynamically showing you a hit list of the accounts to choose, and this is part of the power of Fiori to be able to do that, and the HANA database. So I can enter my debit amount, go to my second account, and again I'm going to start typing in the text for the prepaid expense, and bam, the list automatically comes up for me to choose. This is a much nicer experience than we used to have, having to manually select accounts. And here we can enter the credit amount to balance this transaction. So this typing and auto response from the text search is really being powered by the in-memory HANA database, which is really a big improvement. You'll notice now these triangles on the side here tell us that these items are incomplete. So we still need to add further information. These pins are how you access the further information for the line item. So let's expand the pin for this top line and see what else we need. So if we expand the pin, and we'll scroll down a little bit here to just look at more information, you'll see there's a mandatory field here saying that we need to enter a tax code. The tax code just denoted by this little red asterisk here. Again, I typed in I, and automatically the tax code I0 came up, making it easy to populate. And because this is a P&L account, we're going to have to enter an account assignment, and in our case let's enter a cost center. Again, I'm going to type mark for marketing, and automatically it pops up the cost center. I don't have to have a hard search to find my cost center anymore, which is a great improvement. The incomplete indicator is still there. If I press enter, the system will then refresh, and you'll see it's now turned green to tell us this item is now complete. So now we can just click on this pin to contract that line again and give us more space on the screen, and you'll see that this line is still red for the second line to be completed. So let's expand that pin. As this is a balance sheet account, it's asking for some text on this prepaid expense, but we don't have to enter a cost center or anything like that, and the tax code is yellow here, it's not a mandatory field. So I pressed enter, it's turned green, so everything is looking good. I can just expand that pin back up again, and then just scroll up again to look at the journal entry. You'll see we've got our headers all complete for our prepaid expense, we've got our debits, we've got our P&L and balance sheet, we've got our credits, balance is 0, all looking good. So now we're actually ready to either simulate or post, and in this case let's just post that entry. So posting the journal like we did before, SAP comes back up with the document number to tell us it's been successfully posted, which is great. At that point we can just click OK to get past that screen, and the system refreshes, waiting for us to enter our very next journal. But in our case we can just click the home button and go back to our Fiori Launchpad, as we're done with our task of entering a journal entry. Home button takes us back home and we're good to go. So you've just done your first Fiori transaction. Congratulations.